just anybody die.
Yeah.
Yeah, really.
But anyway.
We'll have that conversation.
We'll have that conversation and with our panelists, but we'll look into other things. We'll look at who, there's been this debate about who are better managers of the economy. It's between the NDC and the MPP. And if you ask me, I'll say both of them have failed.
That's your opinion. But I think it was 2 days ago or so in one of the newspapers, one of the Reverend Fathers of the Diocese of somewhere in the Volta region said that there's a lot of argument, Anglican diocese here, there's Tamale, there's a lot of arguments that goes on about this, but at the end of the day, when the money or this whatever award that we're fighting for does not translate into money in the average Ghanaian's pocket, it doesn't really matter how you're managing it. Broke is still broke and Komi is still 1 cedi 50 pesos essentially.
1 cedi 50 pesos?
Yeah.
It's 2 cedis.
Well, my joint is 1 cedi 50 pesos and it's the size of like half of a normal bowl of kinky. So I love the kinky sellers, they don't take their prices up, they just reduce the size of the Komi.
All right, let's get into the newspapers.
Israel,
yeah.
Are you going to do it for 11 minutes?
Maybe, maybe not.
Oh, God. Anyway, okay, 6:38.
I mean, the paper you start with is likely to take most of it. And the Daily Graphic. It's the Daily Graphic. Okay? It's the Daily Graphic.
Okay, Israel.
It's not like,
thou defendest too much.
A 4-page or 8-page
Thou
paper.
defendest too much.
This is what? How many pages today? We're looking at 48 pages.
Okay.
Yeah. So allow.
I've allowed. I love the story on the front page.
The mentally ill persons invade streets. They're threatening efforts to keep cities clean. But yes, they've been in the streets all this while. We keep saying we're trying to get them out, but we're never successful at it.
And the painful thing sometimes about some of these mentally ill people who are on the streets are that they've been in the hospital, they've had treatment, but when they're released, they have nowhere to go to. So then they relapse because there's nobody to monitor their medication and all of that.
It boils down to how serious we are as a country when it comes to social welfare, taking care of people.
Yeah.
People are falling through the cracks. So, yeah, this will happen and keep happening, and we'll talk about it. This is not the first time this has been talked about.
No, it's not.
And it isn't going to be the last time.
Unfortunately.
Okay. So that's the main story on the front page of the Daily Graphic.
Daily Graphic.
You can read some more about it on page 3. Then on page 5, mass graves uncovered in Ethiopia's Amhara region. Somali feminists faces threats on Facebook. Nigerian separatist leaders use President Buhari. And Guinea coup leaders free dozens of political prisoners. Okay, but then there's another story about they've been suspended from ECOWAS. It's also here in the Daily Graphic. And on page 9, resistance forces oppose recognition of Taliban government. Trial of Paris attack suspects opens. And Spanish bishop quits after falling in love. Okay.
Oh.
When Spanish Bishop Javier Novel resigned last month, the Roman Catholic Church cited strictly personal reasons without going into detail. It has now emerged in Spanish media that he fell in love with a woman who writes satanic-tinged erotic fiction.
Oh, my God.
Oh, damn.
Oh, my God. Okay. Honestly, right, Israel, I thought they were going to say he fell in love with a nun or something, which is like, okay, proximity. He fell in love with a who, what, where.
All the way out
Hey!
so you fell
That's
in
a
love with
wow.
a woman who writes satanic-tinged erotic fiction.
Hey! Bishop. Hey! I see. Okay.
Then, let's move on to other stories. Afajato women rights farmers commended for resilience. Okay, you are great. You're a great example. We have to tell your story. The rest of Ghana and the world need to know. Okay, that's good. Companies support Stop Domestic Violence Initiative. And then ECOWAS suspending Guinea. That story is on page 16. Contractors face prosecution over road damage. Okay. Says if you want the government to fix the country, everybody must fix himself or herself. It does not make sense that we call on the president to fix the country, yet the same people making the call are destroying the road. Okay, that's Kwesi Amakwata, Minister of Roads and Highways, addressing journalists during an inspection of some roads. And then in politics, retract do or die comment. Dr. Asante urges Mahama. Says violence will not help anybody. I really hope that he will find another platform and correct himself, even if what he said was in jest. No, but he's come back. Former president has come back to say that no, he stands by his comment, and then he's put it in context. He says, well, it's an idiomatic expression.
Is it though?
Well, we'll get into that conversation later. Youth must show interest in entrepreneurship. That's an MP saying that.
I don't know why, why? Why should they show an interest in entrepreneurship? We're not favoring, Ghanaian businesses. We don't have good tax cuts and stuff for Ghanaian businesses. We don't have funds to support them. We don't have, and the exchange rate is crazy. You buy something for $100, it's up, it's down. So why should they show an interest in entrepreneurship?
True, but the jobs are also not available. So between the jobs not being available.
A rock and a hard place. Yeah, but I'm just saying that. No, but I think what I'm actually really saying is that when you're going to say things like this, which is fine, you also have the power to make change because you're an MP, you're in Parliament. And this is not like a personal attack on him. I'm just saying that why don't we actually put structures? Because when the structures are in place, then it will be, obvious.
Yeah, we've been trying to put structures in place for a long
time. We've been trying to do a lot for a very, like how we are waiting for 5 years to develop the vaccine. That time COVID-19 will be COVID-21. What are we going to do then?
We'll develop another one.
In another 5 years when 21 is 23. Okay.
All right, so reconsider Western, okay, but the bit about the development of the vaccine, they're not like looking at developing a COVID-19 vaccine in 5 years, but they're putting the structures in place so that we can develop vaccines ourselves.
We started having malaria how many years ago? Should they not have thought back then to have put the structures in?
Yeah.
Which is why there's still no vaccine. Well, there's a vaccine for malaria, but obviously it's not as widespread as.
Well, yeah, we've said that we set structures.
This morning you're just like in a very we've talked down, we are tired mood.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Okay.
Reconsider Western democracy practice. Lecturer urges African leaders and 2024 general election critical for NDC MPP. That's former President John Mahama. GBA, the Ghana Bar Association, is set for polls in Bolga, and we brought you that interview with Tony Forsing, the GBA president, yesterday, and all that he had to say about why they're not being as vocal as the GBA used to be. He says we're in a different dispensation. We used to be in a revolutionary era, but then now being in the democratic era, things have to change. They can't behave the way they used to. Government must not disappoint Volta. That's VDF. That's the development organization. Volta Development Forum. Cross-border traders appeal to government for help. They say, we want to pay our duties because we are law-abiding citizens, but the security agencies are not helping. They tell us to pay 50% and then pockets the rest, which is not helping the government. Farmers shun insurance, 29,000 of 5 million insured. Okay, that's woeful. Just a few people, essentially a few farmers, getting insured or insuring their operations. Give more attention to financial education. That's Professor Kwame Kakari. Protection needed for quality plant varieties. And CD overvaluation abates, RMB milk index. In regional news, Achim Winari Presbyterian Chapel Manse inaugurated, and Tanyangba Youth NGO Support Community Health Center. And the center spread a graphic Accra Brewery to strengthen partnership, and President Ethiopian Prime Minister hold bilateral talks. Develop policy to regulate small-scale mining. The Minister of Lands and Natural Resources is urging the board. This was at the swearing-in of the Minerals Commission Board into office in Accra. Will maintain integrity of democratic institutions. That's President Akufo-Addo saying that, and this was at when he received the letters of credence from Ms. Harriet Thompson, the British High Commissioner to Ghana, and some other diplomats. Let entrepreneurship lead our drive to prosperity. That's another call. We'll match Galamsey's with resilience. That's Abu Jinapur saying that the Ministry for Lands and Natural Resources. And brave woman falls robbery. Suspected robber remanded. So the story goes that Denton Circuit Court has remanded a man who allegedly tried to rob a cleaner of a bag in broad daylight. It was the woman's bravery that attracted help from a dutiful private security operative which crashed the operation of the robber. The accused person, Gideon Kwame Agbo, has been charged with robbery at the court presided over by Ms. Sedinam Awo Baloka. He has, however, denied the charge. His accomplice is currently on the run. Okay. So there's more in the story. You can get that in the Daily Graphic. Ghana hasn't discovered $150 billion lithium. That's the Mineral Commission. And LMI Holdings to establish inland port at Debra. Prison Service welcomes introduction of tracking system. Middle Belt Authority hands over 9 projects in Bono region. Technology firms urge to take advantage of AFTA. And rethink benchmark policy, all pound stakeholders. Also, in education, be innovative, ethical, GIL director advises staff. And that's the Ghana Institute of Languages. Private universities need support, government support. That's CAF University College saying that. And Access Bank offers housing mortgage facility to military. Okay, that's good. Ghana-US needs strategic partnership. That's Alan Sherman-Ting. And in graphic showbiz, there's a segment here in the paper. Sex is not dirty. That's Uncle Lebo White saying that. Yeah, sex isn't dirty, is it?
No, it's not dirty, but it can be dirty. Like the good. Never mind.
How does it get dirty?
It's the good. You see, yeah.
How does sex get
like there's a good kind of dirty, but he means the bad kind of dirty, where people think and have these preconceptions. Is that even the word about sex? But it's not. It's the Bible says that the marriage bed is undefiled and is green and is full of glorious things and pleasures to explore and enjoy.
Amen. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Okay, don't share problems on social media. Kuse Japan advises celebrities. And Paul Adumotri,
hey, bro, Paul. Hey,
airport company.
What's up?
So
Life review.
Paul Adumotri.
Yeah, chairman.
The host of Good Evening Ghana on Metro TV. Is a Paul Adumotri.
I like how you're not allowing my commentary to sway.
The board of directors of the Ghana Airports Company Limited, as nominee of President Nana.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of commentary on that. All sorts of things have been said, but yeah.
From now on, you will refer to him as Chairman Paul. How you say Chairman? You can't say Chairman, can you?
Chairman.
All right.
I can even say it better, Chairman.
Like Chaiman. Chowmain.
Tebel Ghana Limited. Okay, what
you've done 15 minutes.
I haven't done 15.
You have. It's 6:50.
What do you want to say about it?
I don't want to say anything. I want you to finish so I can do the daily guide.
I can give you the rest of the graphic to finish.
Wow.
Okay. So that story about the mentally ill persons in various streets it continues on page 45. Let's quickly do some sports. Arsenal rejects Galatasaray bid for El Neni, and Chelsea fined £25,000 over James's red card. We won't lose our guard against CI Kamsa. That's Hearts PR, and Dua pays tribute to coaches Afrani and Ayu. On the back page, Duapre Mine opens 20-bed unit at Apinto Hospital. It will serve Takwa in Swam Municipality. And 3-week ultimatum to Manet Tema Motorway Quarters. Okay, I'm done. 16
minutes. On the front page of the...
took how many minutes?
2, so 14 minutes.
You didn't take 3.
Even if I took 3, still 13 minutes, Israel. Wow.
It's a daily graphic.
Okay, well, the daily guide, definitely not 13 minutes.
Because it is not a daily graphic.
Front page, Mahama fired for do or die threats, but he stands by it. Nana refunds 237,974 salary increment. A drum mayhem report next week, and Ethiopia PM, Prime Minister, in town for talks. So Israel has brought most of the details on the stories. Let me do some international ones. Afghanistan, Germany, US, wary of new Taliban government. Flooding hits Mexico hospital, killing 17 patients. Fire sweeps through Indonesian jail, killing 41. And oh wow, okay. Brazil's far-right president, Jair Bolsonaro, says only God will remove me from power. I love it when people dare God like that, because he actually will, you know. Yeah, anyway, Nana receives 5 new envoys. Our cops will bring proper sanitation. We were talking about that yesterday. Group calls for comprehensive baby screening. Some entertainment. I'm done with kissing rules. Oh, okay, that's according to Bibi Bright. She says she's done with kissing on the silver screens, as she suggested no amount of hefty acting paycheck can change that decision. According to her, henceforth, she won't be accepting any sexually suggestive roles in the movies. And her simple reason is that now she is a matured woman. Okay, so she said that on Hits FM. Tonto Dike reacts to leaked audio of her begging ex-lover. Ooh, okay, yeah. There's a video where she was allegedly begging her ex-boyfriend, Prince Totogri, not to leave her after he accused her of cheating. Sarkodie searches for farmer who raps to his songs. That's it for the entertainment. A few more stories. Physically challenged man ventures into farming. Coup d'etat, a terror on nation's citizens. I am a victim. That's an opinion piece on page 12. Kwame Nkrumah Pan-African Intellectual and Cultural Festival launched. Okay, this will happen next Monday, September 20th, to Friday, September 24th. And the festival this year is themed Pan-Africanism, feminism, and the next generation, liberating the culture. I told you all the themes are complicated. Yeah, Rolly Panda rocks Domedo Party. And on the back page of the Daily Guide, PSG slams La Liga chief. Brazil players face EPL ban. Atomic Tennis Club rededicates courts. And Eastern Foot Volley set for clinic executives unveiling. I'm going straight into the Finder. As well, on the front page of the Business Finder, American companies thriving in Ghana. U.S. envoy courts more investors. Ghana, Ethiopia to deepen ties. Ghana gears up for Africa's largest youth summit. I'm sure you're interested in that, Israel. Yeah. So government is endlessly preparing to host African youth leaders, and top-ranking African government officials for this summit. It's October 20th to 22nd in Accra. So August inflation increases to 9.7%. Local oil palm producers call for forum. Youth and women are being urged to take advantage of Forex markets. So they're advising women and the youth to take advantage of Forex trading by gaining accurate knowledge on the sector as it kickstarts a pilot of its training project. Oh, this sounds interesting. They will train 10,000 participants for a period of 10 years in Ghana. All right. My nephew trades. He does this quite well, actually. So and he's young. So I think it's something that you can kind of do on your living room floor and, internet, and just get into some Forex trade, if that's what he's been doing. Anyway. Okay, Ghana, Ethiopia to deepen ties, that story. The middle page, let's live in harmony with nature, Dr. Ifriye. Climate crisis is a water crisis. Water Aid Ghana. Ghana, 4th largest beneficiary of IMF SDR allocation. And finally, okay, that's it.
Let's go to the Daily Dispatch and stop beating war drums and invest in polling agents. And I'll go to that story quickly. And what that's Poster Ben Efsing, who is saying that, and he was speaking on with Beatrice Edu on Asase, I believe, Asase Radio. It says, if you're a political party and you go and take a half-educated human being who has no link to your party, and you tell the person, I will give you 200 cedis to be my polling station agent. You give him 100 cedis and tell him that at the end of the day, you will bring him an extra 100 cedis. At 2:30 p.m., your opponent at the polling station gives him double what you promised him, and they asked him to sign the pink sheet and leave before voting ends, and he does it. Why will you be crying? That is what they do. So you don't need to kill anybody. You just need to train 50,000. If it's 45,000 polling stations, 5,000 on standby. So that's what he's telling suggesting that.
That makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, and then he also says Mahama's warmongering, do or die comment unnecessary.
But you see, Israel, sorry, I don't mean to interrupt. The reason why a lot of things which make obvious sense are not done in this country, I'm realizing, is because if we're not corrupt, we won't benefit from a lot of things. So I was talking to a friend of mine who was laughing at this whole fix the country thing. And she was like, if we really fix Ghana, will we actually survive? Do we actually want to fix Ghana? Do we actually want to not be able to bribe the security man to park where we don't want to park?
Some of us want.
I know.
Yeah.
It's a rhetorical. Okay, Israel. Anyway, my point is that, so yeah, you know what I mean. That's the point I was making.
Okay, all right. But you see,
and when you join the Kenke line, you want, yeah.
You see, they're the people who want things to remain as corrupt as they are because it benefits.
It benefits them, yeah.
But then, if we're going to streamline and everybody else has to toe that line, and we can do away with corruption, a lot more people will benefit
from it. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So Mahama's warmongering do or die comment unnecessary, and he says, when Epstein says it's unnecessary, Mahama doesn't need to make such statements to be popular. I don't think he'll apologize, but he has to find a way to water down the implications, because Akufo-Addo's all die be die comment hurt him in the minds of Ghanaians. If you look at these instances, the base of the party they led was down. So these things are done to ginger them. It's like going to war, okay?
But so it's not though, is it? It's not really going to war. It's 58. Should we just quickly do My Joy Online?
Okay.
Yeah? Okay. So let's do, don't use 16 minutes to do the daily graphic tomorrow. Let's do, oh, look at me telling Israeli off. That's so cool. I'm a big woman now. Can we do myjoyonline.com, please? Do you want to do My Joy Online, my darling?
Okay, so My Joy Online, I won't retract do or die comments. It's an idiomatic expression. That's one President John Mahama insisting Guineans don't believe in ECOWAS. That's an activist saying that. Not every bad experience at a hospital amounts to medical negligence, Dr. Yang Sing of the GMA.
Okay.
And ECOWAS sanctioning Guinea is not the way to go, Dr. Kena Hosu. Counter press conferences, Mahama and NDC setting agenda, controlling narrative of political conversation. That's a political scientist saying that. Akufo-Addo refunds 238,000 cedi salary increments. Will break the 8 years of unprecedented economic hardships. That's Ofosu Ampofo. Greater Accra Regional Minister leads task force to destroy illegal structures along Tema motorway. And Akufo-Addo's poor economic management has contributed to high cost of living. This former President John Mahama. So,
all right. Okay. Yeah. Well, thank you, Israel, for that and for all the wonderful things you do. But that's it for the news review. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, and we'll have some sports, and then we'll get into the show proper. Don't go anywhere. Oh.